This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, September 23rd, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. There's newfound enthusiasm in East Central Indiana. Iconic names like Ball, Borg Warner, Westinghouse, and Chrysler are now gone from this once thriving manufacturing economy. But new manufacturers like Canpack in Muncie and major developments around colleges and universities in the region are increasing optimism about the future. East Central Indiana Regional Partnership CEO Trevor Friedeberg.
There's so much potential and there's so many things happening in the region that we don't always do a great job of touting our successes. So really over the last 3 years, there's been over 2,000 jobs committed, over $2.2 billion of investment, and I don't think anyone really grasps those figures on a regional scale.
General Motors is planning to pause production at its Fort Wayne assembly plant beginning today. In a statement to our partners at WPTA-TV, the automaker said the pause is expected to last for 1 week due to a temporary supply chain issue. The plant employs nearly 4,000 people. North Carolina-based laboratory services company LabCorp is marking the completion of its expanded laboratory in Greenfield. While details of the company's investment were not disclosed, LabCorp said the facility will increase its global molecular bioanalytical capacity. LabCorp provides diagnostic testing and drug development services for hospitals, pharmaceutical companies, and researchers. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
Purdue University and Germany-based Bayer have announced a public-private partnership aimed at improving the soil health of farmland while increasing food production. Here's Gary Dick.
The Coalition for Sustainable and Regenerative Agriculture will be based out of Bayer's Innovation Center at the Discovery Park District at Purdue. The university says the mission of the coalition is to generate real-world data in support of regenerative ag practices to help farmers restore soil health and biomass, increase biodiversity, and improve the resiliency of ecosystems over time. Purdue's Executive Vice President for Research says with population projections of 9 billion people in the coming years, it's, quote, critical to provide the tools necessary to support those farmers who are called upon to produce even more, while also serving as stewards of the land, end quote. To achieve its goal of adopting ag systems that restore soil, water, and wildlife while making farms healthier and more resilient, the coalition will focus on 4 key areas: climate-smart agriculture, regenerative practices, farmer empowerment, and profitability and policy advocacy. Purdue says the partnership is expected to expand to include other partners from the ag sector, which will allow for a larger network of field sites to test and collect data. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Oakland City University has received an $800,000 gift it says will be used to complete the construction of a new tennis center on the Gibson County campus. The gift from Drs. Donald and Mary Ann Wilder comes in addition to a previous $250,000 donation from the couple that was announced 2 years ago. The university broke ground on the project in September 2022. The project was slated for completion in the spring of 2023, but a spokesperson told Inside Indiana Business that unforeseen circumstances led to a delay in construction. The new tennis center, which is being named in honor of the Wilders, is now expected to be complete in the spring of 2025. Endress & Hauser General Manager Todd Lucy is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.